Hello everyone! Today I'll show you the mechanics for the next Silksong boss, Moorwing. I've heard that a lot of people struggle with this boss, but hopefully I can convince you that it isn't nearly as difficult as its reputation would have you believe. For the most part, I did a decent job in this recording, but there are some things I could have done better, and I'll point out those mistakes so that you can avoid them in your run. Let's get started. This attack probably hit me more than any other, and it's mostly because you have to consider how Moorwing is positioned when it starts the attack. The projectile moves in a U shape, moving about halfway down the screen before it flies back to the top. So if Moorwing is near the top of the screen when it initiates the attack, you have to consider that the projectile won't actually touch the ground on its flight path. Eventually, Moorwing will also follow up with a second projectile that doesn't travel quite as far as the first. So generally, you want to jump over the first attack, then move further away to avoid the second. Like I said though, you may be able to avoid the first attack just by staying on the ground and moving away, so you have to have some situational awareness. This is exactly why this attack can be such a pain. When you see Moorwing rear back like this, you cannot be underneath it like this. It'll dive a short distance forward and slash you. Just back off a bit and wait for the slashes to stop. You can go for a hit as soon as the attack finishes, but then you'll want to watch for the next attack, so don't stay close for too long. Now right here you might notice I made another mistake. When you see Moorwing moving like this, it's going for a dive bomb. It'll move down to ground level and fly across the screen, which is a great time to get on a downward slash as it passes. You can also go for a couple more hits when it reaches the other side, but be careful. After Moorwing takes enough damage, it'll start throwing a projectile after it gets to the other side. I forgot about that detail a couple times in this recording. Only go for the extra hits if Moorwing is close enough to the ground that you're certain you'll avoid the projectile by jumping after it. If you see Moorwing pointing towards the ground like this, it's going to throw two projectiles into the air. They'll drop down to the ground and then cut across the floor. If you're close enough, you can go for an upward slash as it's executing the attack, but otherwise, just wait for the projectiles and jump over them as they cut across. As a general rule in this fight, you want to hit Moorwing either during an attack or right after it's done executing an attack, but then you have to back off immediately. A lot of its moves will catch you easily if you're in melee range, so show some patience, don't get too greedy, and you should avoid enough of its attacks to bring it down. That's it for Moorwing. If you found this guide helpful, do me a favor and leave a like or comment before you go. Maybe consider subscribing while you're here. I'll be releasing more Silksong videos when I have the spare time, and you won't want to miss them. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.